You guys don't need to worry about me getting revenge from Diddy. I've got 3 moves that make sure he'll never be able to come after me or my family. First, I personally reached out to the victims' legal teams. The real reason he's not getting out is those buried cases behind the scenes. I provided legal funding for 7 victims who had been silent for years and brought in the top criminal attorneys in the country. Second, I bought up every potential post-release business deal he had lined up. I planned this 2 years in advance, so by the time he got sentenced and still had hope of getting out, every partner had already cut ties with him. Third, I don't just have evidence, I've got backups. This is an entire minefield that's been buried for 20 years. I uncovered every secret from the last 30 years. With testimonies from the victims, we interviewed over a dozen people he tricked, threatened, or violated. You think that's harsh? No, he destroyed other people's lives for decades. I'm just making sure he spends a few extra years in prison for it. I'm not afraid of his people, not afraid of his threats. I know he's still in there fantasizing about a comeback, but the truth is, he's never coming back.
In particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
It's just so sad.
All of this means something a little different to me than it does to everybody else.
Damn. And because Jag knew about this for years.
So what's next, Jag? What happens next, you know?
Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have.
I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated VHS tapes. I would have went in a hazmat suit. There's not a day that's gone by in the past 4 years that I don't acknowledge that because of what I choose to do, I might lose my life today. That's a reality. And I could let that me out. I could let that make me scared. Or I could say, I got good friends. People that believe in me. And I'm just going to keep going full throttle.
The hip-hop world is once again shaken by turmoil, whispered confessions, unsettling clips, and the voice of an artist who sounds cornered and exhausted. This storm now circles Diddy and Jaguar, right? While 50 Cent steps forward not to spark conflict, but to shine a harsh light on something far deeper and more serious. What many dismissed as rumors has evolved into a tense and dangerous narrative, a shadowed network of loyalty, betrayal, and quiet influence that hints at what lies beneath the surface of the industry. Jaguar Wright, once celebrated for her raw artistry and fearless expression, now speaks with a tone that feels urgent and emotionally heavy, as if every post carries a warning wrapped in courage. Her message doesn't read like noise. It feels like a plea from someone carrying a burden too heavy to name. Supporters worry this is not performance or publicity, but a sincere cry from a person who believes she's under pressure simply for speaking out. Beneath her words sits a larger truth about bravery, silence, and the cost of honesty in a world built on what stays hidden. And the real question now is not whether her voice is being challenged, but who wants it quiet and for what reason.
And then confirming me, and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy was released. And before people started confirming that the video that was being shopped around was Bieber and Diddy. See, that's the problem with running your mouth, Vlad. That's the problem. You didn't realize on Monday that every word that you said was going to be invalidated on Tuesday.
Real life. It ain't real life. It ain't real life. Just ain't real thing.
Real life street star. You know what time it is.
He brought you on to speak on Diddy, and it seemed as if your focus turned to Jay-Z, his wife.
That's always been my focus.
Yes. What?
They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly. Let's deal with the sandwich.
We asked you this last time, and Piers Morgan said it. They're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this at all? Do you just feel that they'll make any statement about what's going on?
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day, and she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z would try to run away from his past.
Calling that nigga Love and anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now. All the people talking about fathers.
In the days that followed, her social media presence shifted into what felt like a diary of rising fear. Scattered late-night posts, tense reflections, and guarded statements that left her audience unsettled. She hinted that she felt monitored, speaking of unseen pressure and endless sleepless hours, and every message seemed like a subtle trail pointing towards something deeply troubling. The very platforms that once amplified her voice now appeared to function as her only shield. A digital lifeline she clung to while reaching outward for safety. Supporters began reading between the lines, trying to understand who she believed was closing in and what she was trying to reveal without saying outright. This no longer felt like drama or rivalry. It carried the weight of someone fighting to hold their ground, and that's what made it so chilling. When an artist starts sounding like they're running from shadows, you can't help but question whether those shadows are real. The truth here doesn't read like speculation. It feels like the voice of a woman struggling to be heard in a world that keeps trying to quiet her.
That was very powerful. That people are running with, where it just says Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me. I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Shout out Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane. And they reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly. And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Piers Morgan is he is smart prey. And not only is he smart prey, he is a great conductor of information. He also vets things viciously. And I want to thank you for that. Because if my word is good enough to make it through Piers Morgan's firewall of please don't sue me, then I guess he just vetted me for every ounce of real life content on this blue couch. We thank you for that.
Do you feel that Piers Morgan allowed you to get, because you only have so many minutes, I know you don't know exactly how the show is going to be structured.
Yeah.
Did you get what you want to say out? And was there more for you to say? Of course there's more to say.
I'll never have enough to say.
Right.
There will never be enough screen time for me to say. But what I will say is, I'm grateful for the questions he asked. I'm grateful for the time he gave me to answer. And I pray that I was able to hit everything that needed to be hit for the public.
How did you feel about Vlad going after you?
I loved it. I saw the lineup immediately.
Right.
Especially when I saw the lawyer Ariel, kid that came after.
Right.
What Piers did was brilliant journalism.
Right.
He created a beef without there being one. And he created multiple episodes for confrontation after. It's brilliant.
It is, Vlad has said, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
He has never wanted you on a show. He has
Ever.
never reached out to you.
You know what? Hold up. Drum roll. Where do I find that receipt?
We got, is there?
On the email.
Let me check.
Yeah, there's receipts?
No, it's on your YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let me go over here to my baby's channel, Set in the West. Shout out to
Shout out
Set
to
in
the
the
West,
West.
running the numbers up. Go there for all the exclusive.
As Jaguar's posts grew heavier in tone, the internet responded with urgency and compassion, filling her pages with messages of support, encouragement, and concern as people began tagging organizations and authorities in hopes that someone would take notice. What started as simple hashtags quickly turned into warning signals across social media, and even 50 Cent, usually known for his sharp humor, appeared unsettled, suggesting that what she was expressing might carry more truth than many realized. Other artists began sharing her posts as well, some quietly asking if anyone had spoken to her, while others questioned whether she had revealed something too serious to ignore. The reaction no longer felt like casual engagement. It felt sincere, collective, and filled with worrious entertainment suddenly shifted into what looked like a public effort to make sure she was safe. And beneath all of it, one uneasy question continued to echo if so many people can sense that something feels wrong. Why does it seem like no one can step in before it's too late?
Jack, what is the protocol for a woman that's getting an abusive relationship? What is she supposed to do?
Well, it all depends on who the man is.
Someone that's rich with power, like P. Diddy.
I wish somebody would ask why Tweet was so ooey-sidal for so long, kind of around with Missy Elliott. You know, I'm just tired of motherfuckers lying about this.
It's people constantly covering it up.
Just lying. All the women that have been hurt. You know, I remember the first time that happened to me. Took me 8 weeks before I could cough without wanting to vomit. 2 cracked ribs. They beat everybody the same way.
Damn. That's crazy.
It's like there's a fucking handbook when they sign their record deals. How to fucking hurt a and keep her loyal. That nigga was so fucking like gung-ho that he woke up out of his sleep to whoop her.
That's a fact. Running down the hallway, butt naked. It's crazy.
So what I would like to do, first of all, Jag, I want to say happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know you wake up to this on your birthday. You see
what
this,
a birthday gift, right?
Right.
But I want everybody to know that what they're watching is what set a lot of things that are happening now in motion. There is a moment where enough becomes enough.
Hey, Jag.
Hey, babe.
It's Angel. Hi.
I know who it is.
Happy birthday for me as well, honey. As fabulous as you are. I want to know, I know that you have mentioned in previous interviews that there's nowhere to go when you are dealing with situations with these men who are in these positions. That there's, everyone's being paid off in some sort of way. How, when you know that, hey, this is a detriment to my life, how do you go about it? Do you kind of tell anybody that will listen so that there's a record? Do you try to run? Can you run?
The more people you tell, the more danger you are in. Because everyone's going to pick what side they want to fall on. And if you have more people that are worried about dancing with the devil than dancing with the angels, then you're on your own. So it's better not to say anything. You got to vet everyone that you talk to thoroughly. Make sure they're not on the devil's take, and then
that's true.
You got to see if you can find somebody that's willing to be brave enough to.
Because like even let's just take Young Miami for an example. She's with Diddy right now. She gets paid around like $250K a month to do all these heinous things at these parties and with workers, and it goes very, very far. Now the people that she's surrounded with, she's probably surrounded with girls, from the strip club or ones that want to be city girls. They're literally gonna tell her, yo, get that money. You know what I'm saying? Go through it. She's gonna have all this support, telling them to stay with this.
Need to understand the weight of Jaguar's situation. You have to look at the names she has referenced over the years and the influence tied to them. She has spoken out about several major figures in the music world, describing experiences of mistreatment, manipulation, and environments where she felt voices were pressured into silence. She has mentioned artists she once worked alongside claimed that her career was derailed by behind-scenes politics and suggested that powerful circles within the industry protect their own interests. But the statement that drew the most shock was her suggestion that Sean Diddy Combs may have known more about past events surrounding Biggie's death than the public was ever made aware of. A claim that sent tension rippling through industry circles as insiders grew quiet and observers said nothing. When Jaguar later spoke about what she described as an elite culture that exerts control over artists, the line between warning and speculation became increasingly blurred. Whether her words are interpreted as testimony or theory, they forced people to confront an unsettling reality. In this business, speaking openly can feel dangerous, and truth often seems treated like something that isn't meant to be seen.
I think y'all ain't seen yet. It's just a taste.
Ooh. Wow.
The thing that fucks me up is I know what Boo done for me. But I know there's another tape of me. And I'm just waiting to see where that's going. Wait to see another tape of me.
Oh, she's saying that there's another tape of her probably doing something, and she's having a feeling now as if it's gonna come up. Because at this point, she definitely has a good understanding that a lot of things are getting exposed right now. So that's probably been in the back of her mind. I wonder if what I did 20 years back or so, or 15 years back, is gonna come up.
Me up is.
Seem like the industry is falling apart right now.
Boo done for me. But I know there's another tape of me. And I'm just waiting to see where that's going.
Where do you think that thing stands for Young Miami, for Carisha?
I think that she just slid her comments.
Oh, Carisha's Young Miami. I didn't even know that.
Keep it just like that. I don't know why you complaining about eating shit. It's all right by me. I hate it's like her. The sexy reds. The Nicki Minaj. But see, those was already trash when they came. So they don't mind being shit all over. That's why they so overzealous. That's why they work so hard. See, it's easy for them. They used to it. Why y'all just want everybody to be hurt as bad as yours? They be setting up just to watch them get wrong, so they can feel better about themselves. Don't you, Onika?
That's wicked. That's wicked.
That'd be the best birthday gift ever. All drop dead instantly.
So are you saying that like these female artists who are over in the public, they're that way for a particular reason because they're engaged in these
what they're damn near down for every last bit of it. That they ain't down for the Tootsie get them good. Ain't that right?
Bro, she knows. She was in their position before.
25 years I've been working in this town.
It's just like, it's too crazy for people to believe.
And where I'm at right now, I look to my left and I can see Marina Del Rey. Where I left Cat. And to my right, I see Santa Monica, where I shot my Coca-Cola commercial when I was pregnant with Sam.
I think that THC starting to kick in a little bit for Jag right now.
I look behind me and I see Sunset Boulevard. All those drugs and all that crime.
After years of speaking out, Jaguar Wright's name gradually became treated like a risk. Collaborations faded. Interviews stopped coming, and even artists who once stood beside her slowly stepped back, afraid of being connected to the storm surrounding her. She became the reminder people whispered about the artist who said too much and paid for it. Yet, even as doors closed around her, Jaguar refused to disappear. Her live streams grew more intense, her tone more determined, and she spoke as if holding on to truths she believed were too important to bury. Hinting at recordings and evidence she claimed could challenge some of the most powerful figures in the industry. If even a fraction of what she suggests ever surfaced, it could change the way people view those at the top. But in her pursuit of justice, she seems caught between two relentless forces: a world that doubts her and another that wants her silent. And in that lonely space, the harsh reality remains. The price of speaking out can be isolation. And her story now feels like it is moving toward a deeply fragile crossroads.
It's just some of the Some of the ghosts are still walking around.
Well, Jack, we're so glad it's your birthday. We want you to feel better for the rest of the day. We ain't gonna
You
take
know,
no more.
this time last year, I was in Lew Sterrett. Not that far from where y'all at right now. The girls made me a spread. They made me an Oreo cookie fake, you know, the cake with the commissary. They pulled out the summer sausage.
Yo, Jag
They
is...
put it on for me.
Yeah. Jag is baking on something good. Whatever she baking on is mighty sticky.
Shout out to all my girls on the 7th floor, North Tower. Who knows where you might be celebrating your birthday next year. Just keep the faith. I woke up on a concrete slab on a yoga mat last year for my birthday, and this year I woke up in a suite. And I can see the ocean right there on the rip. You ain't gotta understand me, but please believe me. I don't lie. A month ago, I sat here on this very channel and I told y'all, put the boots to that girl.
You sure did.
Why don't y'all believe me? I don't know why they don't believe.
What's next, Jack?
The reactions from those within the music world revealed just how divided the industry truly is. Some peers, like Tahlequah, have shown empathy by resharing her clips and encouraging people to reach out, while others have stayed noticeably distant, offering broad messages about mental health awareness without ever acknowledging her directly. That quiet hesitation feels deliberate, a silence that carries more weight than open commentary. Meanwhile, 50 Cent watches from a place of experience, speaking with the blunt realism he's known for. He's seen what happens when someone challenges powerful spaces, and his recent remarks sounded less like criticism and more like a caution, suggesting that people are often dismissed before their concerns are taken seriously. His tone felt reflective, as if he recognized patterns he had witnessed before, watching another outspoken voice struggle against an unforgiving system. The contrast is striking. In a culture built on expression and truth-telling through art, many now turn away when real-world truth requires courage instead of applause.
Teeny in a black dress. We're gonna figure out a way to make artistry cruelty-free. That's what's next for me.
That's dope. That's what's up.
Because the one person that should be saying something right now isn't. And that's Ryan Leslie. Because you were the man in her life before Diddy. He moved you just clean out the way. Or did he pay you to walk away?
Ooh, Ryan.
That would be the best interview in the world right now. Somebody interviewing Ryan Leslie about how he feels watching it. And he loved Cassie.
We might need to look into that.
Smooth moved you out the way. And your fucking career too. He punked you more than he punked Cuddy, and he blew up Cuddy's car.
Wow.
Why you just let...
Ryan Leslie was just a singer and producer a couple years back, maybe like a decade back or so.
Just Smooth take your chick. Hey, you said nothing, Ryan Leslie. You adored Cassie. That first record... I know you listen to that shit and you probably cry. The question is, how much did Diddy pay you to give her up? Because technically, that could be considered trafficking.
Oh, snap.
That's what's next. Rook.
Jag,
Sheesh.
the saga continues.
Bro, it's like a trickle effect of just grimy actions, bro. I got a cramp. Worked out today, man. It happens.
And then there is Diddy. Publicly quiet, distant, and seemingly unmoved with no statements from him or his circle. A silence that feels intentional and carefully measured. In an industry built on storytelling and image control, that silence reads less like absence and more like influence. A reminder of how power often speaks without a single word. Buta's 50 Cent's reflections circulate alongside Jaguar's unfolding messages across millions of timelines. That sense of control appears to be shifting with audiences revisiting past headlines, legal disputes, and long-standing unanswered questions. Every pause now feels loaded. Every no comment interpreted as part of a larger narrative people are trying to piece together on their own. The conversation has evolved from gossip into a deeper question. Is Jaguar a determined truth seeker speaking from personal experience or a troubled artist wrestling with her own perceptions? Regardless of where one stands, her story exposes something raw about the cost of visibility. That behind the glamour and awards exists a quieter history of voices who felt unheard. And in the end, the industry's most unsettling legacy may not be controversy itself, but the silence that so often lingers after it, leaving one final question hanging in the shadows. When the spotlight fades, who will still have the courage to speak?